Welcome back, everybody, to the 55th Polaris Crandon World Championships presented by Toyota. Let's go places. It is a beautiful day here in Crandon, Wisconsin, and I'm with a man who knows a lot about Crandon, Wisconsin because he is a native son, Keegan Kincaid. Good to see you, my man.
Nice to see you.
Now, you got to be really frustrated right now because you were gearing up for a great weekend here and you had some mechanical issues with your Pro 2. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so we started off the weekend really good. You know, the truck was feeling great, dialed in, and unfortunately we had a little engine mishap in qualifying. And, fortunate enough, Ricky G and his crew were able to lend me an engine, and had a little bit of difficulties yesterday in our points race and with the engine, and, we're down. So, we're down but not out, and not racing today. I'd much rather be on that starting line right now getting ready for this Pro 2 event, but it's good to be up here, be with the fans, and be able to hang out with sponsors and crew, and my team's worked their butt off. We were in the shop. I only live 3 miles from here, and worked all night to get that other engine in and put in, and it's disappointing, but that's racing. It's just like life. You got highs and lows, and the lows are really what make you, and so we'll come back better, and unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to compete for that repeat Cup win, and but I can't thank Lucas and Vision Wheel and Max's Tires, all these guys that have stuck behind me, and through the lows. Those are the difficult times. You question yourself, and it's disappointing, not for you, but for your team and your sponsors. But we'll be back. It's good to be up here still and hanging with fans, and we got parts given away to fans, and we get to watch it. Unfortunately, it's not the best part, but I'm a fan of the sport, so I love it.
Of course, driver and also a fan, and also it's in your family blood too. Your father Jeff, also a racer. I was a little bit surprised you were coming up here to talk to me, because I was like, shouldn't he be preparing for his race right now? Because I saw your latest Instagram post said you guys were back with a new engine, but obviously you had that issue with the new engine too. So as you said, sometimes you're the hammer, but unfortunately today you're the nail. So putting your fan hat on versus your competitor hat, who are you looking to shine in the Pro 2 race coming up?
Oh, there's a lot of good. Mickey's been fast, all year long, and they got that truck dialed. And, Ricky obviously came out yesterday and won. There's a lot of heavy hitters in Pro 2, so it's going to be important. It was important to qualify well this weekend, and, who's been consistent all weekend long. So I expect it to be a battle. I don't think it's going to be someone that runs away with it. Hole shot's important here. We've had some good hole shots, and unfortunately we won't be able to do it. But, I expect, quite a bit of carnage and up-front battles this race.
Do you think there's going to be as much carnage as we just saw in the Pro 4 race?
Oh, Pro 4 is notorious for that. So they definitely gave what they expected, and, they've been putting in a lot of work. But the Pro 2s are coming out, and I expect it to be a battle throughout.
Keegan Kincaid, 3-time Crandon Cup winner. Thanks for joining me up here, my man. Best of luck to you in the future. We're going to take a real quick break here on MAV TV, but we're coming right back with that Pro 2 race. You're not going to want to miss it.
The Red Bull Crandon World Cup is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Crown Performance. Know what the pros know. Crown Performance brake lines. And by Polaris. Think outside.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 55th Polaris Crandon World Championships presented by Toyota. Let's go places. We are live at Crandon International Raceway with a couple of Crandon legends, Tom and Ruth Schwartzberg. So nice to have you two up here with me. And before we do a little chat, let's check out this video telling everybody at home exactly why you are such legends.
My name is Tom Schwartzberg.
I'm Ruth Schwartzberg.
The car that I raced is a 1990 VW-powered super buggy. In 1972 or in that about, I don't know Gil George, but I called him up. I said, Gil, I'm Tom Schwartzberg. I want to buy a race car. And it was a Funko Bandito. There was 2 wheelbases. Which ones do you want? I said, I'll take this one. There was a thrill about driving a car. When you can make that machine do what it's built to do, it's a thrill. It's still a thrill today. This thing will go over jumps and do things that you can't do with anything else. It's fair to say that racing has really shaped our lives. I became involved in administration a number of years ago. It was time for Tom and Ruth to give back to the sport what they had given to us. And the opportunity came to join a series, and we shaped the SOTA organization. And it became a major part of our lives because of meetings, structuring, rules, and seeing the sport grow. And it was very nice just to be overall a part of that.
Well, Crandon is special to me because there's been lots of opportunities here, meeting lots of people, the opportunity to race. It was really at Crandon that I did race and had the opportunity to win a few races.
The respect and the feelings that you were a part of something that people cared about, and when you needed something, these people were there. Why do all these people come back why do we come back to Crandon every year? We come back here because of those people.
On behalf of the Crandon National Off-Road Raceway and my family, I'm very proud to present Tom and Ruth Schwartzberg, 55 years of support from your Crandon family. I want to thank Tom and Ruth Schwartzberg for everything they've done for the sport, and they're great people. Thank you.
Unbelievable changes, but it's about you people. You didn't change. We kept coming back because we came into town and we came to the track. You welcomed us, and come racing. I don't care who you are, how much money you got, or what you're driving. You're welcome here. And I really have to give a thank you to Carla and Marty Reed in our journey. Sincerely and really enjoyed what we really learned, and thank you both so much.
That's such a great video, Tom and Ruth.
Wow,
it's an honor to have you
wow.
guys up here with me. 53 years of racing, 59 years married, and I understand you've only missed 2 Crandons in all that time. Is that correct?
That's correct, Chris. That's correct.
And why is that? What in the world would keep you away from a Crandon?
The first Crandon was a kidney stone after the drawing downtown on Friday night. Tom was a little too excited, and I wound up in the Rhinelander Hospital, and I had to pass on that race. And Ruth got me home with a little help from a doctor, and down the road we went.
So you had to pass on that race, and then later on pass the stone, and then you were back in action.
Yes, we were.
That's great.
Sure.
Well, you're in the pro buggy class, and you're racing later today.
Yes.
And I understand that this is going to be your finale, your coup de grace, your last race at Crandon.
I've said that a couple of times. This was my last race, and then people step up, just like I mentioned. Those special people out there, and they'll say, Tom, what do you need, and how's your card, and what about next year, and we'll talk, and how about if we do this and we do that? And I said, okay, I'll come back for you and for the family of Crandon. So I don't know. I'm not going to say that this is my last race.
All right, so you've heard it here first on MAV TV. Put an asterisk next to that. Tom may be back next year.
But for sure, I will be back to the family of Crandon.
Right.
You'll
be back here forever.
Forever.
But behind the wheel of your pro buggy, TBD, we'll say.
I've had tremendous encouragement today and throughout the week about what I'm doing and what an inspiration I've been to the people out here when they realize, or I talk to them about my age and what I'm doing, and they're just, I get so excited when they encourage me to keep going. And of course, right here, this lady really encourages us to keep going.
Ruth has been there with you every step of the way.
Yes,
you know what, Tom?
race.
You're not the only one with track experience out here, too.
Yes,
Ruth, you've got some laps on this track in the women's races. Tell us about that.
Yes. I started at Crandon, but you heard the story before. I thought when we came to Crandon, it was a one-weekend trail ride. Well, you can tell this trail ride has been long.
Yes.
And very, very nice. I really enjoyed Crandon. I was very fortunate. The car that we had I had power steering, and I had a lot of power, and all of the cars were mixed. So obviously I had a little more energy.
Yeah.
But Crandon, I did win a few races here, and I would have enjoyed racing longer, but then you had to have your own car. And as it was, Tom and I shared cars, even a helmet and a few. So we just started way back, and that's how we've been.
Well, I love it. And the fact that it was the last race of the weekend, too, meant that you didn't have to worry about maintenance of the car. You could just go hard.
You're
You could
right.
send it.
And I have to tell you this story. When I was out on that straightaway, starting, with the Land Rush start, I just wanted to be first. And the man that built the car, he said he was at the end, and he said, shift. I didn't really care.
No need to. Tom, Ruth, it's such an honor to have you up here with me. Thank you so much. Good luck today. Later on in the track, we will be watching, Tom.
Thank
and
you.
Everybody watching on MAV TV, stick around. Got the Pro 2 race coming up right after the break. Welcome back, everybody, to the 55th Polaris Crandon World Championships presented by Toyota. Let's go places. We are one race into this full day of off-road action, and our opening race did not disappoint. The Pro 4s were very entertaining, with CJ Greaves coming out on top. And next up are the Pro 2s. And we're just about to get ready for racing action. So let's send it back to our guys with the call, Ken Stout and Ricky Johnson.
Thanks a lot, Chris. We appreciate that. And looking forward to this one as well. We're kicking this day off with the two big kings of the sport, the Pro 4s obviously in the books. Taking a look now at the Pro 2s. That is Ricky Gutierrez with the orange and white truck. Grabbed a win out here just one day ago. Sitting right beside him, the number 44. That is Mickey Thomas. Congratulations. His first short course off-road racing championship here in Pro 2 was solidified one day ago.
Well, Mickey went out and just took it easy. He let everybody go. He wanted to win that championship. Talking with his father, Big Mickey, also Charlie Schleve, they're like, we don't want to get caught up in any mayhem in front. We just need to finish the race up above 17th. They did that. Guess what? It's checkers or records. You're going to see a different Mickey Thomas today.
The horns will come out today. Ryan Beat inside of this one. Always a player, a threat to win the championship. Obviously a former Pro Light champion. And Kyle Greaves, who qualified on the pole here this weekend, was all over the back of Ricky Gutierrez a day ago. Just didn't have that same straight line speed. That is the cousin of CJ Greaves. Kurt Greaves is the brother of Johnny Greaves. So that is Kurt's son. And then we also have to talk about the return of the number 38 Metal Militia guy.
Yeah. Brian Deegan, always here to excite. Yesterday, he looked like he was feeling his way out. He kind of took it easy on the start, really wasn't pushing hard, but then worked his way up into the top 5 at the end.
Well, they actually got into a wreck, and I don't know if you guys could see it. We had the fortunate view to watch down here, but coming through turn number 1, he got caught up in a wreck, ended up way deep in the pack, did what he does. He stayed calm, kept picking away, waited for that mandatory caution, which we will have here at the halfway point, and then the second half of the race, he charged forward. I believe finished inside of the top 5, if I'm not mistaken. So as you can see, a lot of trucks here. I believe over 20 entries here in Pro 2. As the flagman's coming up here, that red slot will turn yellow. That tells everybody to get ready to go. Crandon, you know what to do here. Get up on your feet. We're about to see the Pro 2s come sailing through the most exciting turn 1 in all of motorsports, and we have a green flag. Let's go!
Mickey Thomas on the inside with a great start coming down and opening up the entry. Ricky G looking to the inside, but it is Mickey Thomas with the whole shot.
Corey Winter way up there, tagged the wall. Somebody going backwards in the back. They all funnel down through here. That's when we talk about the excitement. That's Ronnie Anderson in the middle. Ronnie Anderson with the number 52 truck just got picked off. That might have been Corey Winter was able to get around him. That's Mickey Thomas out front. Ricky Gutierrez in second place. Mayan Spaccarelli also inside of this field, a Pro 2 champ from the Gas Series out on the West Coast.
Well, we have a lot of superstars. I think we have Seth Quintero, the Toyota factory driver that's over racing the Dakar Rally. He's given it a shot this time on the Carlson pit. So a lot of great drivers out on the track right now.
So the 73, that is Kyle Cooper out of Mason, Michigan, a little bit deeper inside of the field, picking his way forward. And yeah, here comes the Mystic sponsored machine. That is Mickey Thomas. He's had the truck to beat pretty much all year long, and not chasing points here today. He's chasing a ring, and he's got one race to get it done.
Well, and he's looking fantastic. Talking with him and his father and Charlie Schleve about the way they're setting that truck up. You can see pretty slick. You got to change the braking points, but Mickey out to the cushion early. Great run, but now Ricky G is in the opposite spot of Kyle Greaves yesterday. Now in second place, trying to chase down that leader.
By the way, on the line, another one of those beautiful Polarises to the winner, 6,500 to second place, 3,500 to third place, as they make their way through Cowboy Corner, come up the back straightaway and back through turn number 1. That is Forest County Potawatomi, turn number 1.
Well, and remember, everybody, we're going to have a competition yellow. So right now, the guy in the driver's seat is Mickey Thomas. He wants to keep doing what he's doing, throw some dirt into Ricky G's face, into his radiator if he can. Do everything you can, but you notice, remember CJ Greaves said the track is heavy and he bicycled hard in the gravel pit, so you got to be careful.
That is a good look from the Starstream onboard camera system. George Hamill and company bringing that out here, and first time we've had the opportunity to go to a live onboard in short course off-road racing. Corey Winter, the reigning champ from 2023, ran a partial season here this year.
When you watch them shift, they have a gate, it's an automatic, so he'll just pull it back into third, or depending on the gate, so it looks like he's going down to second, then back up to third on the exit. So a lot of times, even though you have a 3-speed, you'll only use the 2 gears, but sometimes down at Cowboy Corner, you will, if they want a 168 transmission, you can use that first gear to get a longer third at the end of the straightaway.
Obviously the tear-offs there by the drivers. It looks simple when you're sitting here watching it. You can see the roost that he's eating. Keep in mind, he has gloves on. You can absolutely not feel that very thin piece of plastic. It is just a muscle memory. Reach up there, grab a piece of air, if you will, and rip and hope you have it.
Well, motocross guys are always comfortable with the left because they're taking their hand, they want to leave the throttle hand on. Truck guys are typically the right-handed, but I used to put them on both depending on what situations. We're watching Ryan Beat look to the inside of Ricky G, get a little bit sideways off the sweet jump, now down into the gravel pit. But as I said, guys will use both.
Somebody up and over, right front, completely ripped off of the truck here. Obviously cannot identify that one, but a lot of damage done.
I think that is Zukowski. I'm not exactly sure. We'll take another look at it as he comes over.
Oh, man.
No, that was Mayan. Was that Saccarelli?
Spaccarelli,
yeah, Maya Saccarelli, 12X, goes up and over, so tough break for one of our West Coast guys.
And I believe the last time he was out here, he got caught up in a turn 1 melee as well. It was really, the vision was impossible to see coming through there behind a bunch of trucks. He got way wide, clipped a tractor tire, and went for a big ride. So a couple of incidents here for Mayan Spaccarelli. We talked about him before being a champion out on the West Coast with the Gas Series. So a lot of seat time. He's been doing it for a long time. I'm sure he's okay here. Safety down there to him immediately.
Well, looking at the times, your leader, Mickey Thomas, has the fastest lap at this point by over a second. He's at 1:24.2 with Ricky G at 1:25.4.
Mandatory caution is out. Oh, that's a local caution right there.
Yes.
You can see mine up on their outside. So, yeah, mandatory is still, they're not going to, sometimes they'll use an incident like that to take advantage of the mandatory caution, but it looks like they're going to just use it as a local corner caution.
Well, and they have to think about everybody's safety because depending on if the driver's injured or the corner worker, so the guys are no ruse, calm down, no making up ground on the truck in front of you. The idea is safety first.
They will have race control and the spotters in their ears to let them know that that truck is up there and there are safety workers on the course.
Still over 7.5 minutes to go. Mickey Thomas once again with the lead, looking very strong. But notice, Ken, all the potholes that are coming up. That is just going to get worse throughout the day. The guy's got a nice smooth slide going, then all of a sudden you'll see it buck up. Now we've seen it DB tires, we've seen it flip Johnny Greaves, we saw it bicycle CJ Greaves. So this track is very treacherous right now. Very fast, good dirt, but the holes are coming up.
And for the fans at home that are watching short course possibly for the first time or just new to the sport, the difference between the two categories, we saw the Pro 4s, that pertains to a 4-wheel drive truck. These are Pro 2s. They're 2-wheel drive trucks, and they have to be driven completely different.
Well, yeah, the throttle inputs are completely different with just the rear wheel drive. And also remember, it's got a spool. If you don't know what that means, the rear is locked up. They both turn at the exact same time. So if you ever hear a car going through a parking lot and it's screeching, that's what happens. You see some contact down at Cowboy Corner between Johnny Holcher
and Travis Milhausen Jr. Looks like they finally got it sorted out here. By the way, I haven't said too much about Ryan Beat, the number 51 truck, but he is right there in the thick of it. He was a player all year long in the points as well, as he finished up second in the points, 3 wins on the season, 9 podiums down to the bottom, trying to slide job on Ricky Gutierrez and could not make it happen. Mandatory caution, it looks like right there as they both get out of the throttle. There's a look at your leader. That is Mickey Thomas. We will take a quick break as they make their way back around here on the mandatory caution lap. And when we come back, we will turn them loose for the back half of the Pro 2 race right here at the Big House. The Red Bull Crandon World Cup is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. El Bandito Yankee Tequila. Break out the Bandito. And by Buzz Electric Bicycles. Buzz through life. Welcome back to the 55th running of the Polaris World Championships. We're here at Crandon International Raceway. Pro 2 trucks on the track. Coming back around here to start the back half of the race. I'm Ken Stout, Hall of Famer and 4-time short course off-road champ Ricky Johnson sitting right alongside.
Well, Ken, this is where they have to make moves. Because of the roost is so heavy, you're going to see Ryan Beat and Ricky G go after Mickey Thompson. See, Mickey's got the front row all to himself. Those other two, they have to make something happen quick.
They call that a Delaware double file restart. So the leader is on the point by themselves, everybody else side by side. They come to the restart zone. It will be Mickey Thomas with the Mystic back number 44 machine that will decide when to restart.
It's right after this coast, or typically right on the downside, and we are green.
Gutierrez down there on the bottom. That is Ryan Beat on the outside, the number 51 right beside him. Side by side back to the rest of the field. The first 3 get it sorted out here early. Not so much there behind them.
Ricky G putting a little fender on him, getting Mickey a little sideways, but now Mickey's probably, Charlie Sleevy's telling him you're clear by 2, clear by 3, and looking on the inside.
I believe that's Ronnie Anderson down there in the 4th battle, 4th spot it is. They're side by side back in there, 5th spot it looks like. So Ronnie picking his way forward here as well. Always a dark horse. They don't run all the events, but always very fast. He's a wheelman.
Corey Winter, this is the last race that he gets to run that number 1 plate. He was the champion last year, but is this driver out front, Mickey Thomas, is going to carry that number 1 plate next year.
Oh, big contact. Ryan Beat trying to sneak underneath Gutierrez. That did not work.
And now Corey Winter looking on the inside, and also Ryan Beat with another run. So let's see what happens in Cowboy Corner. It's always interesting.
So yeah, that is a look at Gutierrez, then Ryan Beat, Corey Winter, a reigning champ, Ronnie Anderson right behind him, and then we haven't said much about Kyle Greaves, but he's tucked in there as well as Mickey Thomas drives away. We go on board with Corey Winter.
So you're watching Corey Winter have his hand up, so what you do is you want to save your tear-offs as much as you can. I have had some knuckles damn near broken from the roost hitting you, but you want to save those tear-offs as much as you can and knock it down. You see him wipe the dirt off, so it gets a little difficult when it gets that little bit of a smear, because that messes with your depth perception.
Speaking with Adrian Cheney, he sets his tear-offs up so he pulls them all from one side, except for the last 5. He has to pull them from the other side. That tells him he's almost out.
Or if you make a mistake and you grab a handful, like you said, you can't feel how thin they are. Sometimes you grab a whole bunch, you see a bunch of butterflies flying out your window.
Ronnie Anderson was a little bit high right there, but got good drive off the corner now, leaning on Corey Winter. That is Greaves right behind him. Kyle Greaves coming up in here, the KGP custom machine, and they both have to check up there as Corey Winter over-rotates just a tad. Here comes Ronnie, down on the inside. Anderson and Greaves going at it.
It's gonna put Ronnie Anderson in the best spot going into Argonne corners. We see Kyle Greaves looking underneath, and coming up right behind them is Johnny Holcher. So Johnny got messed up in the first part of the race. Looks like he's trying to work his way back now.
So Ronnie Anderson, the number 52 NOS Energy back machine, that is the younger brother of CJ. RJ. Yeah, RJ Anderson, who we saw in the Pro 4 category.
We were talking about that.
I told you I was going to make a mistake. I probably did in the Pro 4 race as well.
You jinxed yourself. CJ and
RJ's,
RJ.
yeah. And RJ's sitting beside me.
There we go. So now Corey Winter, as we said, last year's champion, has to give up that #1 plate, but running very strong. Right behind him, Ronnie Anderson, and then we see Kyle Greaves. That's what I'm saying about the roost is so heavy. Sometimes it can knock you back. When it sounds kind of funny, but the pressure to the front of the hood kind of shoves you back. As we're watching Mickey Thomas, this is not Mickey Thomas. This is Corey Winter, as we see Kyle Greaves off to the side of the track.
Yeah, clearly an issue there for the 34 back machine. That's a shame. We'll see if they can get that one fixed up. By the way, the reason they run the Pro 4, Pro 2 truck so early in the day here on Sunday is to allow them time to prepare these vehicles to come back for the last race of the day when the Pro 2s and the Pro 4s go against each other for the big money.
So as you can see that hanging off, at first I thought that could be some trouble if it's a bumper, but it's an aluminum body hanger. So the way these trucks are designed and why we have this is we want the body to break away and tear away. If we have metal, it could impel the driver, it could come into another vehicle. So we have these fiberglass fenders with the aluminum body hanger, so if something happens, it goes off and it won't tear up the other vehicles, and also the metal won't impel the tires or possibly up underneath it and grab hold of the tranny or the motor.
Good battle here. This is for second place. Gutierrez still hanging on, but Ryan beat all over him. There's been a lot of contact between the two. Your leader's out here all by himself. Looks like that left rear fender came off. Here is the battle for second. Ryan Beat with the 51 truck right there, tucked underneath Ricky Gutierrez, who won just 1 day ago.
Well, Ricky looking very similar to what R.J. Anderson did in Pro 4. He came in and landed really hard on that right front. It looks I don't know if he did a little damage, but it's working good for him now. And what's great is those two trucks are under the same tent.
Oh wow, that's yeah, just across the aisle from each other for sure, but yeah, under the same tent in terms of prep, that's for sure. And Ryan Beat with an over rotation there, he lost a lot of ground. But something I was going to say about Gutierrez a year ago when he and Kyle Greaves were battling is off of that ski jump. As soon as he landed, he had incredible speed as he was able to drive away.
When you can see that Ryan's having a little bit of trouble as well. And as a former driver, I'm looking at everything. I noticed that Ricky G and also Ryan Beat run their trucks much lower to get that side stability. So when they come in, when they throw it sideways, it doesn't want to bicycle as much. But I'm looking at Mickey Thomas's truck a little bit higher, a little more compliance as he goes down a little bit smoother. Now watch Ricky G as he comes off these jumps. Even those little jumps, there's a little bit of deflection back and forth. So sometimes a little bit of drive down the straightaway is better than side bite in the corner.
Again, that's a look at first and second, and now third place has fallen back. It looked like Ryan Beat might have damaged something maybe in the damper package there in the right front. Just looked like it was landing really hard. The 44 truck, we actually had him drive our UTV 1 year. Loved Mickey and his dad. Super aggressive driver for sure, as we go back and take a look at that 51 truck to see if it is okay.
Yeah, everything is good. Right now, Mickey Thomas is taking the white flag. So we have 1 lap to go, and we are going to crown a world champion. Once again, don't want to jinx him, you know. But right now, he's doing everything right. He's got one lap to go. He's got a pretty substantial lead of over 5 seconds, just up to 5 seconds behind Ricky, in front of Ricky G. So he's got to be clean, but he's definitely in command.
Gutierrez in second, Beat in third, Ronnie Anderson up in the fourth. Corey Winter now rounds out your top 5. By the way, Trey Gibbs in 6th place. Trey Gibbs, the Pro Light champ, making his debut in Pro 2. We haven't seen too much in this particular race, but a real talent for sure.
Well, it's a big change because it's a completely different platform. But one of the good things that the guys say is it's so much softer on your back. I mean, those Pro Lights, they beat the heck out of you. As we're looking at our current champion, new champion, Mickey Thomas, as he rolls through the barn jump one more time.
Cleaning this one up, about to finish it up here. Just a couple of turns left, right there in front of the Sky boxes, the big Polaris boxes as well. And of course, we're going to give away a Polaris to the winner. And right now, first in line to receive that is Mickey. He's got to be good through the gravel pit. It is a nasty corner, and it's not afraid to bite anybody, but he gets through there cleanly. He will air this thing out over the final jump here as well, that Polaris ski jump, and through Calamity Corner. It is the final corner, and make his way across the stripe. Congratulations to the number 44 Mystic back machine of Mickey Thomas. Nice job, by the way. Great season. Picks up his 7th win right here.
Ricky G, Ryan Beat. Then we have Ronnie Anderson coming across the line. So a very, very happy. This is an unbelievable weekend. Wrap up a championship, win a world championship ring, and this could be our cup champion because with as many Pro 2s as there are, if he gets out front and has a performance like this, it's going to be really hard to catch him.
And he has won a cup race, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say it was first Pro 2 win was a cup race out here. So he knows what it feels like. Mickey Thomas is as tough and as good as they come. Great to see it, of course, and followed up by Ricky Gutierrez having a great weekend as well, and then Ryan Beat. Nice job. So we will wrap things up here and take a quick break. When we come back, all of our podium finishers will be down with Crandon, and we'll have a chat with them. Stay with us. The Red Bull Crandon World Cup is brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Yokohama Tire. Make every drive a performance. And by Lucas Oil. Keep that engine alive.
Welcome back to the 55th Polaris Crandon World Championships presented by Toyota. Let's go places. Well, Pro 2 did not disappoint either, just like the Pro 4 race. Here are the highlights from Pro 2, and calling them for us, Ken Stout and Ricky Johnson.
Thanks a lot, Chris. This is what it looked like at the start, down to the bottom left right there. That is Mickey Thomas, got the whole shot here, but there was a lot of contact. Corey Winter out to the far edge and finally smacked the wall.
And it was unbelievable. He came back and fought all day long. He has to say goodbye to that number 1 plate, but he was still in the battle.
This is Mine Spaccarelli here, goes for a big ride after making the long trip from the West Coast.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, I doubt if he'll get that one fixed up. Mickey Thomas through Cowboy Corner, then Ricky Gutierrez, followed up by Ryan Beat. Boy, did they have a battle for second.
They were going at it. In yesterday's race, Ricky Gutierrez was out in front, but after the competition yellow, Mickey Thomas picked up where he left off. There was a little contact right in here, bam, a little bit. But Ricky G does a great job, backs off, gives Mickey a little bit of room, as you should, a little respect. But then here we go.
Yeah, Kyle Greaves got up in there. Kyle Greaves and Corey Winter were battling. Then also, it was Ronnie Anderson with the number 52 truck right there in the mix of that one. Unfortunately, the 34 truck of Kyle Greaves would suffer a mechanical out way too early here. Gutierrez would hang on to second just ahead of Beat. And, of course, way ahead of them, our winner was the 44 truck of Mickey Thomas. So let's get it down there and talk to our top 3 with Kristen. Kristen?
Thanks, Ken. Our third place finisher in the Pro 2 is Ryan Beat. Ryan, you are a fierce competitor. You've been pushing all year long. When that helmet when you put that helmet on, what's the mindset?
Man, it's go time. When you put that helmet on, you become a warrior, and all you want to go do is slay, right? So went out there, did the best we could, felt really good. We have more speed than what we could show there. Obviously, Ricky was in front of me, and he's my teammate, so we tried to play nice together. So that was fun. Me and Ricky went back and forth, traded some paint, and I think we got something for the front here come this next race. So we're excited. I can't be up here without Chevrolet, Bill Stein, Toyo Tires, Pennzoil, Steal It, Tremor Wheels, Everybody Sports this program. All you fans for sticking it out. You guys rock. I love coming to this place. This is the #1 off-road place in the world. So stoked to be here, and yeah, thank you guys for all at home watching, tuning in. We're ready to go get them in the Pro 4 versus Pro 2 race.
Well, congratulations to Ryan Beat on that third place finish. We look forward to seeing you later this afternoon. Your second place finisher, Ricky Gutierrez. Now, Ricky, you look confident out there in that driver's seat. How do you think that win in Pro 2 yesterday helped you build some confidence and not feel pressured by Ryan Beat?
No, it's a huge confidence booster being able to win at this track. It's so legendary. I mean, we were here at 7:30 in the morning, and literally there's hundreds of fans setting chairs up, getting ready for this race. I mean, this is the Super Bowl of all off-road races, and you know, to be able to get 2 podiums here, I'm freaking pumped. I want to thank all my partners, supporters, everyone, all the race fans for showing up out here. Let's see if we can give them a run for their money in the Pro 2 versus Pro 4 race.
Congratulations to Ricky G on that second place finish. We may see him on that podium later tonight. You can stand up there. That's your podium. Get on up there, both you guys. All right, your first place finisher, your Pro 2 Crandon World Champion, Mickey Thomas. Now, Mickey, you just claimed your first short course championship yesterday. Now you're the Pro 2 Crandon World Champion. How does it feel?
Yeah, that was an absolute dream race. Pulled a whole shot, led flag to flag. That's what you want to come here and do at Crandon. Man, just such an awesome event. Today's my wife's birthday, so this was a special one for her. Man, just super stoked with my team. Everything this whole year's just been amazing. So to finish off strong here with the Pro 2 Cup champion, it just feels great. And yeah, I got to thank my sponsors, Mystic Lubricants, Maxxis Tires. All these guys help me. I have a fast truck every time we hit the track, and we're just dialed right now. So yeah, thank you.
Now, after that race, you are now a proud owner of a 2025 Polaris RZR. But I have a question. Since it's your wife's birthday, should we give the wife the RZR? I don't know. That might be an option, but I definitely think that this, what's his name? Mickey. I think little Mickey's going to enjoy that RZR. How about y'all? Congratulations once again to your Pro 2 World Champion.
Kristen Banks, thanks for that over on the winner's podium. We appreciate you handing out those awards. And happy birthday to Mickey's wife, and congratulations, Mickey Thomas, on the victory. Oh, what a great day of racing it has been so far, and it is going to continue right after this break. Are we taking a break now, or are we going to stick around here? Oh, okay. Well, in fact, we have a very special guest with us right now. Instead of taking a break, Eugene Schwano of the Forest County Potawatomi community. Good to see you, sir. Nice to meet you. So what does this, here, let's put this on right here. There you go. I'm here. So we can actually hear you. You got me? You got me in your headset?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Cool. Welcome, welcome. It's great to meet you, man. What does this race here at Crandon mean for your community?
Well, we've been here over 30 years. And being partners with the track. And I think that every year it keeps growing, and every year the track keeps improving everything that they've got around here. And as you see, there's so many people that they're trying to take care of, and once they're here, people really enjoy it and find out this becomes a destination for people in their vacations at the end of the year. So yeah, they do a great job here, and Potawatomi are very thankful for being able to be a part of this for so long.
And Potawatomi, of course, sponsors Turn 1 here at the racetrack that Ken Stout calls the most exciting Turn 1 in all of motorsports. Are you an off-roading fan yourself?
Oh, yes. Yeah, I've been here since the beginning. It used to be when the tribe used to have the team Potawatomi, which was Johnny Greaves, Evan Evans, Ben Wanasega, and Jeff Kincaid. So, I mean, they've been here for a long time, and they've been able to, watch, and a lot of these people are growing, and you see them all over nationally, and it's just been an honor to be a part of that.
Is there a particular class that you're a fan of?
I like to see the young guys out there.
Yeah.
I mean, the Pro Spec is really neat, and some of the younger Pro Light classes where some of the individuals are just getting started, and watching them be able to learn the track and learn the skills of the Pro 2 and Pro 4 guys, and hoping that they eventually jump up.
For sure, yeah. I like seeing the youth of the sport coming up to the future, and the future is strong. I mean, you got to be so proud of how this event grows every single year.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, coming over here and watching, I was just talking to somebody, I said it's like ants. They know the paths to go, they know where they're going, and just people are, shaking hands and clapping hands, and it's just so many people, but it's so organized. And I think that's what keeps bringing people back and coming in and enjoying themselves.
Absolutely. Eugene Schwano, thank you so much for joining me up here on the broadcast. Continued success to you and the community, and congratulations on such a great turnout here at Crandon once again.
I just want a quick shout out to Hunter Van Zyl. He's a Pro Spec, and he's a tribal member that just started racing in that class, and we wish him well today.
Oh, excellent. So he's racing a little bit later today?
Yes.
Cool, cool. Be. Now, Are you at all part of his team or anything like that?
No, we just, he's done some things for us. I lost a son who was in the racing too, and so we have a sticker on Hunter's truck, and he carries that with him, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, well, I'm
The whole
sorry
family
about your
does.
loss.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's nice that you carry on his memory through
And
racing.
We were lucky to have him. So.
Definitely, definitely. So what, in addition to that race where your friend is going to be racing, what else are you looking forward to coming up today? Are you a fan of that Pro 4 and Pro 2 challenge at the very end of the day, the Crandon Cup?
Always. I think that's what everybody waits for. You know, there's all good racing all day long, and it's really neat to be here. But everybody at the end of the day, they're waiting for that big cup race, and so we look forward to it every year.
And what do you see the impact being on the community of Crandon each year? I mean, this is obviously huge what happens here in a town of normally 1,800 residents, all of a sudden grows to about 60,000 over the Labor Day weekend. What are the effects that you see in a positive way?
I think in a positive way. I think a lot of the local businesses all benefit from what happens here. Not only here, but in the Rylander, Antigo, and Eagle River areas, the bigger towns around here. You know, there's so much need for places to stay, and the camping is great, but, you know, even in our community over in Carter, you know, our hotels and stuff, it's just so huge because it is, especially after the last couple of years, to have so many people here and utilizing all of our local businesses. For some people, this is their bread and butter of the year.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, I've had breakfast at the log cabin the last 3 mornings and enjoyed every meal that I've had. They ran out of pancakes on me yesterday, but I was able to get some this morning, so I was very happy about that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you order, you're going to get plenty of it, that's for sure.
But you know what? That's kind of a badge of honor.
That's it.
Well, that's really cool. You know, this is my first time here at Crandon, but definitely not my last time. I'm for sure coming back next year. I've been bitten by the Crandon bug now.
A lot of people are, and we're thankful for all the people who attend, and again, being a part of not only the Potawatomi, but Forest County and the surrounding areas. It really is a kicker for our businesses through the year, and to the people at the track here for constantly making things better. That's what it's all about, and that's what keeps people coming back.
Well, once again, we really appreciate you joining us here, man.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. It's great to meet you, and you're a true representative of Crandon. Appreciate you. All right, for all of those at home, I want you to check out this video right now. This is a little preview of how they got KISS to perform here last year at the Crandon International Raceway.
It begins with that. You know, when you walk out on that stage and you hear the roar of the crowd, then the smell of the grease paint ain't so bad. You can meet the friendliest people here in Wisconsin, and places don't make parties, people do. You can have a ball if you're surrounded by people who lift you up and make you, glad to be alive. And the adrenaline pumps and, the band's energy level comes up. It begins with our fans. Because music for everybody is really the soundtrack of your life, which if you can connect with people emotionally, you're there. And then the hard work begins, which is you got to deliver something good, it's got to be consistent, and so on and so forth. And we met the Potawatomi folks, and we started talking, and immediately we had this sense of, haven't we met before? There's a kind of, when you meet somebody and you have a connection, it's the people that make it happen. So we felt a connection, a family connection, if you will, with the Potawatomi. And when we started talking about our proud rock and brews, we're proud of our food, our ambiance, and come on, how cool is this place? Hey, while you're at the races, you know what I'm talking about. Don't miss out on some of the finer things in life. The Potawatomi are here to welcome you. Come visit our rock and brews right here. You'll know what the word good times means. Good food, good stuff. Come on down and have a good time.
Oh, you got to love Gene Simmons. What a legend. And pretty exciting to have KISS perform here last year. You know, Crandon is such a big event. They get all of the great acts. Kid Rock was here one year performing at Crandon. So this is truly a huge, huge event. And once again, if you've never been to Crandon, you need to put this on your schedule if you are an off-roading fan or a fan of motorsports at all. And we thank you once again for joining us here on MAV TV. What a blast it has been. My name is Chris Jacobs. It's been my honor to be your host today. I want to thank all of my colleagues, beginning with Ken Stout, Miles Hasselquist, Dave Cole, Ricky Johnson, Pam Hall, and of course Christian Banks on the podium interviewing the winners. Bring it on back here to MAV TV. Thank you all. Good night.